come to a realization. And it hit me. I am bad at giving gifts. But the thing is, gift giving is literally one of my top 2 love languages. One of my top 2 ways of receiving love. And it's so hard to admit that I am bad. I simply suck. Like, I actually never thought about it before. Why am I so bad at doing something that I love so much? Why do I struggle so hard with giving when I like to receive? It's crazy. Am I selfish? Am I self-centered? Am I just greedy? I've always made myself up to be a person who is so good at giving gifts, and I feel like the reason I thought so was because when I was younger, giving gifts to like parents, to like family members, they used to act like they loved it. I guess because I was younger, I thought I could give gifts because, you know, they used to appreciate it. Like, oh my god, you got me a birthday present, you got me a Mother's Day present. The older I got, the more I realized that those presents or those gifts were just not great. It just got me thinking about a lot more when it comes to love languages, and a lot more started to show up. I've always believed, or I do believe, that you need to show people love the way that they like to be showed love. But at the same time, you also have your ways of showing love. The same way people like to receive love a certain way is the same way that you are capable of giving love a certain way. You know, you're comfortable there. My top 2 love languages, acts of service and gift giving. Yes, I do love to receive a lot. And they don't have to be expensive things, just about the intention. Just be intentional about things that you do for me, you know? If you know that I love, I don't know, I love to eat a yogurt bowl every night, buy me a whole bunch of yogurts, or just get me a little nice bowl that I can use for my yogurts every single day. If you know that I'm coming home and you know that, let's say I went out and I'm really tired, just lay my bed for me if I forgot to do it. You know, things like that, just little things. They make me feel appreciated, make me feel nice, right? But my thing is, that's how I love to show love as well. So to give, I love to gift, and I love to do acts of service. I love doing things for people. A lot of the times I realize that it's not how people like to be loved, and it's so unfortunate because in my head I just can't fathom why you wouldn't want someone to do something for you. And I keep trying and I keep trying and I keep trying, and a lot of the times it leaves me feeling rejected. From friendships to families to any type of relationship, to be honest, I've often felt rejected because a lot of people just don't understand why I go the extra mile to do certain things for them, and I just feel rejected. And it's no fault. It's like, I can't blame them at the end of the day. Yes, they do appreciate it, but at the same time, it's just something that it's like, is that my love language though? Not really. Do you get what I mean? So I can't really blame them for being ungrateful because they're not. It's just not what they like in terms of just receiving, I guess. I also recently found out that I'm really bad at giving gifts. I like I said, like, I tend to give people gifts that I think that they might need. When I think about it for myself as well, for my birthday, I know there's certain things that I would love to have, but if you got it for me for my birthday, I would look at you left like, what is going on? But it's not what they need. They don't need that. I don't think they even need me to buy them anything. I feel like that's just not the way of, like, they just don't want it. It does hurt when I feel rejected. It does hurt when I feel like I'm not being appreciated, you know? Because this is my way of loving. This is my way of doing things. I'll clean your space for you. I'll cook for you. And one thing I've realized is a lot of people probably think that I don't care. I am not necessarily the most affectionate person ever. You would probably hardly ever get a hug from me because it's just not something that I like. I don't like physical touch. I'm not a really quality time type of person. Words of affirmation, words mean absolutely nothing most of the time. For the longest time, I have failed to admit to myself that I love to receive gifts. And I've had to like tell myself that it's absolutely fine for my love language to be gift giving. I try to say things like, oh my god, I love acts of service. Then words of affirmation is something that I really love. I love, what's the others? Acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, gift giving, physical touch. So it made me realize it's in my job to learn how people like to be loved. I feel like a lot of people don't really share that, especially people who are very tight with their feelings, who don't want to open up about their feelings. How do I know how you want me to love you? I get it, if you were in a relationship, you know, you try a little bit extra, but for just everyone else around you, how do you actually step out of that to try and, you know, accommodate other people's, you know, love language? I really don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like it means stepping out of your comfort zone, but I need people to meet me halfway here. I can't keep giving and giving and giving and like just not receiving. Like, I need people to tell me, by the way, this is how I like to be loved. I feel like that needs to be a conversation that a lot of people need to have, not just when you're in relationships with people. And I feel like even people in relationships don't really talk about that enough as well. But yeah, like, we just need to talk about it. Like, how do you like to be loved? Tell me and let me love you. Anyways, I don't know what that was. In theory, love language is so cute, it's so nice, you know, aww. But at the same time, in reality, it's so hard to implement, or it's so hard to actually work with it. It's so hard because you need deep communication, you need some emotional safety, you really need to have a certain level of understanding, a deep level of understanding, and it requires a lot of compromise. And a lot of people nowadays is like, oh no, I don't want to compromise anything and stuff like that. But you know, that's just how the world is, you know, you're just gonna have to suck it up. And I feel like that just requires a lot of awareness, and it requires a lot of maturity. Like, you need to be incredibly mature to be able to understand things like this in order to not be selfish, to be a lot more selfless, to be a lot more understanding. Make yourself a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, to be honest. That's just how it is. When you think about social media and you think about how people are in this day and age, compromise isn't really something that a lot of people are willing to do. And when people hear the word compromise, it just means, oh yeah, no, this person's not for me. No one fits 100%. You know, even people that you live with, your family members, your brothers, your sisters, your mother, no one fits 100%. Compromise is gonna have to happen at some point, you know, and that's something that I'm still trying to navigate, you know. And I want to do better, and I want to stop feeling rejected sometimes, you know, when I show love a certain way, and I want to receive more gifts, yeah, and more home cooked meals. I feel like it's just a lot, you know. The same way this conversation is going left, right, center is the same way I just don't know how to navigate this topic. It's the same way this topic genuinely makes me confused. I just don't know what to do. I'm still trying to figure it out. But if you ever feel like you're invisible, or you feel like you're not being accepted, you feel rejected, you feel like people don't understand the language that you're trying to speak, don't worry, you're not alone. We're both in this together, and we're both gonna work on it together. Communication, understanding, selflessness, compromise. Yeah. So I ask you, what is your love language, and do you feel like people get it or not? Let me know in the comments, and I would reply to you, and maybe we can love each other, you know? I don't know. Thank you so much for watching this channel. I have been Juwels. I love you. You love me. We are a happy family.